Hello and welcome to AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Alhassan Amin. The federal government of Nigeria says Nigerians infected by the coronavirus in the diaspora will not be evacuated to the country. They will receive treatment in their countries of residence. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated this: it will be dangerous for the host communities if patients wait until they are repatriated before receiving treatment. Meanwhile, the number of Nigerians who've tested positive for the coronavirus in Guangzhou, China has risen to 74. Stranded Nigerians in the United Kingdom on Sunday expressed frustration over the delay in their evacuation by the federal government. In a statement on behalf of other stranded Nigerians in the UK, Olajope Adeshikpe said most have tested negative for COVID-19. They called on the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyema, to urgently come to their aid, noting that it is contrary to the Nigerian constitution for the federal government to shut its airports against Nigerians overseas who wish to return home. They urged the government to communicate to them the precise dates of evacuation the airlines contracted to airlift them and how much they will be required to pay for flight tickets. The stranded Nigerians also suggested the use of NYC orientation camps as isolation centers if the government insists on placing them in quarantine. Most of them are eager to return home as they cannot afford to pay for accommodation at the isolation centers abroad. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control on Sunday confirmed 91 new cases of COVID-19 in the country, 43 in Lagos, 8 in Sokoto, 6 in Taraba, 5 in Kaduna, and 5 in Gombe respectively, while Ondo, the Federal Capital Territory, Edo, Oyo, Rivers and Bauchi each recorded 3 cases. The NCDC has also confirmed 2 cases in Osun and 1 in Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Ebonyi and Kebbi states respectively. As of 11:50 p.m. the 26th of April, Nigeria now has 1,273 confirmed cases of COVID-19. 239 have been discharged and there have been 40 deaths. In a similar development, President Muhammadu Buhari on Sunday received briefings from the Minister of Health, Dr. Sage Hanire, and the Director General of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, Chikwe Ihekwazu, on the latest developments in the fight against coronavirus and the reported high number of deaths in Kano State, Nigeria. In reference to the reported strange disease that has caused several deaths in Kano State, the minister says his ministry has been communicating with relevant agencies as well as the Kano State government with a view to address the problem. According to Hanire, the country is winning the fight against the pandemic as all relevant health institutions have agreed to work together. He added that at the moment, 14 testing centers have been activated across Nigeria. Still on the pandemic, the Director General of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, Dr. Chikwe Ihekwazu, on Sunday said the NCDC desperately needs more ribonucleic acid RNA extraction kits as it expands testing for COVID-19 in the country. The extraction kits are part of the recommended diagnostic protocols published by the World Health Organization and are currently in high demand across the world, but in short supply. Ihekwazu added that anyone with the capacity to supply should reach the agency on NCDC Lab Network at ncdc.gov.ng. Meanwhile, 2 COVID-19 patients, Abbas Hassan, a 24-year-old male, and Hawa Muhammad, a 42-year-old female, are on the run after testing positive for COVID-19 at the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, Borno State, Nigeria. The Borno State Commissioner for Health and Secretary to the state's response team for the prevention and control of COVID-19, Dr. Salisu Kwayabura, alerted the public at the team's daily media briefing held this Sunday. You're watching AD4 TV Radio News. We'll take a short break. Still ahead, the National Youth Service Corps mourns former boss who passed away over the weekend. Details coming shortly.
There is so much information out there about how to prevent the coronavirus and steps to take protecting ourselves. But what happens when someone contacts it? If you or someone you know is exhibiting symptoms such as a fever, a dry cough, difficulty in breathing, contact the appropriate authorities immediately on the numbers below. Do not try to hide it, otherwise they become a danger to you and others around you. When someone tests positive for the virus, remember, it is not a death sentence. 80% of people infected can be cured. The coronavirus is absolutely no respecter of persons, and it can be you or me the next. We must be united in our fight to end the spread of the disease. My name is Ansik Betten. Be safe for yourself and for others.
This message is brought to you by the United Nations in conjunction with the Federal Government of Nigeria, the Federal Ministry of Health, and the NCDC. Take responsibility. Stay.
Welcome back. A former Director General of the Nigerian National Youth Service Corps, Major General Hafiz Momo, has died. General Momo, who was the 6th Chief Executive of the scheme, passed away last Saturday. He served as Director General of the NYC from January 1990 to 1994. According to a statement by the incumbent NYC boss, Brigadier General Shaibu Ibrahim, on behalf of its management, Momo will always be remembered as a dynamic and highly charismatic officer who initiated a lot of positive change during his tenure as Director General. The president of the Association of Bureau de Change Operators in Nigeria, Alhassan Amin, said $1 now sells for 450 naira in the parallel market, a spike from 360 naira to the dollar before the pandemic. He added that the impact of the crude oil prices, which fell to as low as $21 per barrel, has also taken its toll on the naira. Following the lockdown in some states, the Central Bank of Nigeria has suspended the sale of dollars to Bureau de Change operators. Operators of the parallel market, however, sent a request to the CBN for market holidays, given the ongoing challenges faced in the local and global economies from the COVID-19 pandemic. Javis said operators are preparing to return to the market after the regulator lifts suspension on Forex. The West African Examination Council, WAEC, has denied cancelling the 2020 West African Senior School Certificate Examinations for school candidates. The head of the National Office for the Council in Nigeria, Mr. Patrick Arega, in a statement released on Sunday, urged Nigerians to disregard a fake publication circulating on social media claiming the council has cancelled the examination as a result of the coronavirus pandemic and is therefore set to refund the sum of 22,500 naira to each candidate who had enrolled for the examination. He said the publication is patently false, deceitful, and the handiwork of mischief makers who are out to defraud unsuspecting candidates. Arega, however, clarified that the examination body has only announced a postponement till normalcy is restored. And now in world news, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern, says the country has won the battle against COVID-19 for now, as it has successfully stopped community transmission. This came hours before New Zealand moved out of its toughest level of social restrictions. According to the Prime Minister, by Tuesday, some non-essential businesses, healthcare and education activity will be able to resume. Cuba's embassy in Pretoria, South Africa, has said more than 200 doctors from Cuba are due to arrive the country to help fight coronavirus. The medics are among 1,200 healthcare workers sent to battle COVID-19 in 22 countries that have requested help from the South American state. Cuba's ambassador, Rodolfo Benitez Vasson, said the doctors are to be deployed to different provinces by South Africa's Department of Health. South Africa is to begin easing strict lockdown restrictions next month, with more than 1.5 million people expected to return to work. Some schools will reopen, deliveries of hot food will be permitted, and cigarettes will be back on sale, but the sale of alcohol and public gatherings still remains banned. South Africa has so far recorded 4,361 cases of coronavirus, including 86 deaths. A group of 25 Dutch high school students arrived back in the Netherlands in a sailing vessel on Sunday after airline restrictions left them no other choice to sail home from the Caribbean. The group, aged 14 to 17, had been halfway through a 6-week sail study program in the region. By mid-March, they realized they could no longer fly home from Cuba as planned. Organizers decided the ship, including 12 experienced sailors and 3 teachers, will have to sail back across the Atlantic, a 7,000-kilometer trip that took them 5 weeks. The students, who had packed for tropical weather, not a deep-sea voyage, had to stock up on supplies on the island of St. Lucia before the Atlantic crossing. With social distancing rules and ban on public gatherings in place in the Netherlands, the students departed the ship one by one at the port of Harlingen, where parents eagerly waited in cars to pick them up. The student, identified as Lotta, said one difficulty of the voyage was being confined in close quarters with 40 people and little privacy. And that's it on 84 TV Radio News, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. You can join the conversation on our social media platforms at 84 TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at 84 TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Alhassan Amin.